What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Second Street Marvel. I am your host, Trinity. Thank you all so much for being here for this morning chat. And today, guys, it's Thanksgiving, and just want to say Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there, all of you viewers, anybody who ever shows up to my live streams. Thank you guys so much for being here. I want to tell you all, well, in case you don't hear me say it every single day, I am thankful for you guys for being here and being here to watch me flap my gums and talk about different things going on out there in the world. Now, here on the morning movie chat, or the morning chat, I guess is what I call it today. I typically talk about movies and just some of those kinds of things. Lately, I've also been mixing it up and talking about comic books at times as well. Today I want to talk about a few other things as we are here during Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Russell Wells Benjamin. Thank you so much for being here. Um, Thank you, and again, thank you all so much for being here. Now, I have honestly, I've been doing this. Tomorrow will be my 1 year anniversary that I've been on YouTube doing this, guys. And I got to tell you, I recently passed 800 subscribers, and part of that is thanks to one of the creators I have been lucky enough to touch bases with and meet and everything like that, and that is Drunk 3PO, who has been absolutely great in helping me grow and helping me get recognized and a whole lot of other things, and um, honestly, I really owe a huge thanks to Drunk 3PO for just, I mean, kind of a little bit of where I'm at right now. I mean, it's not like he's here making my content or anything like that, but I would say he was pretty I would say he was very instrumental in helping me kind of in helping me grow. Now, I cannot thank Drunk 3PO without thanking first LB from the Lonely Banter, because I do believe that LB from the Lonely Banter is one of the people who kind of got me noticed on Drunk 3PO's radar and got me onto Drunk 3PO's channel when we do some Black Guys in a Drunk, which we do pretty much every single Tuesday, a live stream that we do there on Tuesday evenings, where we all just kind of get together and and we just have a good time, just talking about current events, just different things going on out there in the world. And it's always fun, man. And just through that in itself, just through and thank you, LB from Lonely Banter. Absolutely great guy. I can't even remember. I think I discovered his channel towards the beginning of the year when I was just looking up different videos and stuff, and it was probably a Captain Marvel video or something that probably got my attention. I started watching all of his videos, and he's a really great guy. I know some people out there, well, I know, one of my great supporters here, Russell Wells Benjamin, doesn't necessarily get along with LB, and that's just fine. We're all different people. We're not all here to always be getting along. I mean, that's not the world that we live in. I mean, we're all different people. We have d- different strokes. Different strokes for different folks. We all have different things that we like, and that's okay. I mean, for the most part, we need to celebrate those differences. Okay, that's kind of what Thanksgiving is all about. But also being thankful for the people in our lives, and loved ones and other people that we've met to that have affected our lives. Something I'm very thankful of, and again, a huge shout out and thank you to LB at the Lonely Banter. I would say he's definitely been instrumental in helping me grow my channel as well. In case you guys don't know, he has way more subscribers than I do, and that's I know there's people out there who go out there and try to what they do is they try to grow their channels through other people, and a lot of times, in just in different ways. Sometimes, sometimes maybe some of them don't always have the best intentions. Sometimes some of them do have good intentions, and just different things happen. But I haven't made any connections here on YouTube out of just out of personal, just seeking out personal gain. And we know that there are a lot of people out there in the YouTube world who do that. I'm not about that. I've been doing just fine on my own, I guess you could say. I've been doing just fine on my own, and meeting these people has really only helped me grow. And not only as a content creator, but also in my thoughts and the way that I feel about things. To me, if you guys ever hear me talk, that's one of the things I talk about a lot here on this channel. Is every single one of you that I've been fortunate enough to meet, to talk with, to come across with, has affected me in some way. Like, you guys are part of the collective that is me. That's how I truly feel about things, and that's why I greatly appreciate all of you for being out there. And again, huge shout out to LB from the Lonely Banter, and again, a huge shout out to Drunk 3PO, who also has been instrumental in helping me grow and grow my platform, because that's really ultimately what I try to do. Is I want to have a longer reach. I want to have more reach. I want to reach more people. I want people to realize that when you come here, I'm not here to disparage anybody. I'm not here to talk down on anybody. I'm not here to just throw shade at people, though I have done that, and not in the means, not in the with the intent of getting somebody's attention or anything like that. It's totally not about that for me. I can get people's attention if I want it. I mean, we can see people out there doing that. But again, a big thanks to Drunk 3PO for bringing me on to Some Black Guys and a Drunk. I'm not even black, and he brought me onto a show called Some Black Guys and a Drunk. And through that, I've got to meet some other great content creators as well, and just other great people out there in the YouTube community, like on Some Black Guys and a Drunk. I mean, LB left the show, and for me, when LB left the show, honestly, that really hit me hard, man. It did. Because I mean, like I said, he was part of the reason that I even got onto that show. I can almost guarantee it, he was. Um, and honestly, like, cause I like LB. I like interacting with him. He's a cool dude. He likes to keep it real. You know what I mean? Like, he's just a great guy. And when he left Some Black Guys and Drunk, like, it really hit me hard, and I wasn't even on the show for probably 2-3 weeks, as I was, I guess you could say I was in my feels, but also at the same time, I am pretty busy. You guys know I own my own business. I've got 3 kids. I got a wife. Just all the same stuff that life throws at it. And I know what you guys are doing. You guys are looking at there, sitting there saying, "Oh, what a shill! He's got that Star Wars crap there. We're not supposed to like this stuff. Oh man, Star Wars, Disney, Star Wars, blah, blah." Nah, man, it's not about that. But look, it's got Ray on there. Y'all know you love Ray. Don't don't act like she don't get you clicks. But really, if it wasn't for LB, I wouldn't have been on the show. But then through that show, I've been able to meet so many great people. Like I said, Drunk 3PO has been really great. Invited me onto the show, helped me grow, and as well as all the other connections that I made through that show, connections I didn't already have previously. Again, another person that's on that panel as well is Fatal J. Fatal J has been a supporter here on my channel for quite a while, man. Like, he's one of the first guys. Him and LB really were some of the first guys who were on my show, the Trailer Park Live, that I do live every single Fridays. Every single Friday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. They were some of the first guys there, watching regularly and supporting me on the channel, and that on that live stream, and that was really helpful, and getting people there and things like that. So again, these are some other guys who really did help me grow, in that sense, with my live stream on the Trailer Park Live. So and they're great guys. And in case you guys don't know, Fatal J and LB aren't the kind of guys that they don't really they don't get along the best. They're not. They just have clashing personalities. They don't get along with each other. And hey, man, that's okay. That's okay. I have no problems with that. I don't hold grudges against, well, most people, I guess you could say. And who people associate with, that's not my concern. I associate with whoever I want to associate with. I talk to whoever I want to talk to, just like anybody else in the world should. It shouldn't come down to who says this or who says that, or any kind of stuff like that. And so again, LB and Fatal J were two of the guys, and maybe they were both responsible for helping me get on Some Black Guys and Drunk over on Drunk 3PO's channel. But some other great people that I got to meet on there. Just the panel is made up of some great people. We've also got the president, Abu Nas, who is he calls himself the president. He is the president of the Fandom Menace. And again, guys, you guys know me here. I associate with pretty much anybody. I don't care if you're a part of the Fandom Menace. I don't care if you're part of the Grey Order. I don't care if you're part of the Film Actors Guild, or the Fandom Alliance. The Fandom Alliance Guild. I don't care if you're a Fandom Alliance Guild member, neither, of Mad Max's. And to me, like, you guys know I talk a lot about the Fandom Menace here and everything, and not a lot, but I mentioned them, and I've talked, and I've laughed about how silly the whole thing is to me anyway. And there's times that's upsetting to people like Drunk 3PO. He's messaged me multiple times like, dude, what's your problem with this or that? And he's not like pissed off. I mean, there was a couple times he was, because there was a whole bunch of other shit going on at the same time, but And he asked, and I tell him, I'm like, dude, I don't talk about anything I don't like. If you hear me talking about the Phantom Menace, it's because there's something about it that I like, and it's not that I align with them, but there are things about it that I like. And mainly what that has to do with is the people that are in it. There's a lot of great people that are members of the Phantom Menace and consider themselves members of the Phantom Menace, and that's cool. And Abu Nas is one of those guys. He's been actually a really great guy. I know a lot of people. He's got several Twitter bans. A lot of people don't like him. He's very outspoken. He is very headstrong, and he's just a great guy, man. He's just a great guy, and yeah, like I said, I know he's. Some people are going to be polarized in how they feel about Abu Nas, but he's a great guy. Really had a lot of fun meeting him, and feel fortunate to have been able to cross paths with him as well. I can tell, going into the future, as long as big and strong of a voice as he is for even like the Phantom Menace, but let alone in his own right, he's a great guy that would do great even without being part of the Phantom Menace or anything like that. The thing is yeah, I mean, just that he's a great guy. I mean, to me, you could say he's like the Chuck D of the Fandom Menace. He's like the Chuck D. Really, he's a great guy. But then another connection, that I've got to make through there also is all these guys right here are members of the dark of the what is it, the Dark Council over there on some Black Guys and Drunk. And another one of my favorites, absolute favorites, is Lord Callus. Now I can't suggest that you go subscribe to all of these people, because you know what, not all content creators is somebody else's cup of tea, okay? And that's going to preface some other stuff that I'm going to get into here. Not everybody is everybody's cup of tea. Drunk 3PO won't be for everybody. Lonely Banter, he's not for everybody. I can guarantee you, Abu Nas, the president, is not for everybody. Like I said, he's one of the very vocal and outspoken members of the Fandom Menace. But another great person, I think that everybody, if you claim to love Star Wars and you like Star Wars, there's absolutely one guy that you need to be subscribed to here on YouTube. He recently crossed 900 subscribers, and guys, this is a guy that should be at 100K plus. His love for Star Wars shows. He don't, any discontent has, he speaks about it rationally. He's not one of these, super outspoken guys. He's just a great level-headed guy, and that is Lord Callus. I have really enjoyed. To me, that's one of the crowning jewels of being part of some Black Guys and a Drunk, and getting onto the Dark Council and being part of that is getting to meet this young man here. That is Lord Callus. He is this dude knows his Star Wars. He has the love for Star Wars. He knows the EU. He knows the not EU. He knows the shit like normies like me know. He's very knowledgeable, and he is definitely a guy that if you like Star Wars and you want great Star Wars content, you need to go subscribe to Lord Callus. He's fan freaking tabulous. I love that dude. And I honestly can't even say how much I love that dude and his content. I mean, because I would have to preface it with a no HOMO kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because the dude is absolutely great, and I think out of all the people on the Dark Council, even as big a head and egotistical as I am, this dude should be a bigger channel. There's absolutely no reason he's not a way bigger channel than he is. And I'm thankful for being able to cross paths with him. And nowadays he's definitely one of the things that I'm always happy to come on some Black Guys and a Drunk on Tuesdays, is to even get and interact with Lord Callus. And hopefully I get him here on the stream soon, on one of my streams, and we can do a collaboration. And you guys will see him flex his knowledge of Star Wars. He's a fucking great guy. Okay, I'll tell you that. Another member of and I mentioned Fatal J too. I probably did give him his due, but again, thanks to Fatal J as well. He I would say he's been pretty big in helping bring traffic to my channel as well. Like I said, I know when I do my Trailer Park Lives, he was one of the first guys there watching regularly on Fridays. And once again, he's a very great guy that I like as well. And so I want to make sure that I give him his fair due as well, man. And he's the king of clickbait. You should go check him out, the king of clickbait, Fatal J. He's just an awesome guy. Another guy, on part of the Dark Council I want to give thanks to as well is Eon. If you guys don't know who Eon, he's better known as Demogeny. Demogeny is a great guy, and A great guy, and him and Fatal J vibe really well together because they got, I don't know, they got similar personalities. They're just fun dudes to be around, and you can tell they like having fun. They love their Star Wars, they love their content, they love their nerdy shit. You know what I'm saying? Just like all of us do. And there's some great guys, and I'm grateful to have crossed paths with Demaj and I as well, man. He's a great guy. He was just actually on the Ribbit and Bigot show on Saturday, which, in case you guys don't follow Snowdub Music and Entertainment, or Kermit the Log, or even Megs, you guys need to go follow them people. They're absolutely great content creators, but they do a show every Saturday called the Ribbit and Bigot show, and they kind of rotate on whoever's channel it's going to be on. But Demaj and I was on there on, or is it Demagini? I think that's I think that's what Snow Dub said one time. Was it Snow Dub or Kermit the Log on one of their shows? It was funny, man. It was funny. But Damaj and I is a very great guy as well, man. Again, I think all the members of the Dark Council are absolutely just great people. And again, like I said, not everybody's content is for everybody. You're not gonna like everybody's content out there. Like I said, Drunk 3PO and the President Abu Nas. These guys are very outspoken members of the Fandom Menace. So if you're not again down with that, hey man, that's all good. I'm not saying you have to go, be their friends and go to their channels and check them out and all that kind of stuff. But I'd say go check them out. Like, I've talked a lot about this here on the channel too. A lot of the members of the Fandom Menace get a bad rap just due to the fact that they are part of the Fandom Menace. You know what I mean? And these two guys are really good, and Abu Nas is a great guy. Like I said, he's probably the most polarizing one out there that people might not like. But Drunk 3PO is a really great guy as well, and he's one of those guys. You need to go check out his videos. He just likes to laugh and have fun and talk about Star Wars. Some people think just because he's a member of the Phantom Menace and now he's been doing videos on Geeks and Gamers, man. Like he's just one of these bad guys out there being toxic and all of those kinds of things. You know what I mean? And he's really not, man. He's a great guy, and he's just passionate about what he does. About the things that he's passionate about. And as a matter of fact, he talks a lot about Star Wars. But you know what? Drunk 3PO loves even more than Star Wars. I can guarantee it. I can guarantee it. Indiana Jones. This dude loves Indiana Jones, and so guys, that's what I want to say is I want to thank all the members of the Dark Council and my brothers that's on some Black Guys in a Drunk for they've truly been here and helped me grow as a content creator, and also helped grow not only as a content creator but also my platform, because I wouldn't have, hell, half of you might not even be here if it wasn't for Drunk 3PO. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to give thanks to everybody there on part of the Dark Council on some Black Guys in a Drunk. And it's been great, and there was even a time where I was thinking like, man, especially after LB left, I was kind of like, man, do I want to be part of the show? Do I want to continue on? Like, man, I'm telling you, it hit me in the feels. It really did when LB left. But I'm like, no, like, because I've found that what it is it gives me a great platform to talk about what I want to talk about. You guys know that I am part of the hashtag Gray Order. And I am part of the Gray Order, and that's something that Josh over at the Den of Nerds has kind of put together. Where just trying. The only thing is there's been some pushback from other people who kind of get a misconception about what it is it's just something to kind of help bring fans back together in having conversations, because we know that there are fans out there who they hear the name Phantom Menace, they don't want to have nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? They just can't do it. It's bad. And Josh at the Den of Nerds, I've been a fan of the Den of Nerds for a long time, and Josh has been really great. Been lucky enough to talk to him on the phone a couple times, and he's really helped me grow my channel as well, as far as helping me learn the whole YouTube gig and how proper clickbaiting and titles and thumbnails and things like that. Just telling me obvious things that you would think would be obvious as a content creator here on YouTube, but while they are obvious, nobody tells you exactly what it is, and he gave me a few things that a few pointers that really helped me grow. And absolutely great channel. Love Josh over at the Den of Nerds and what he's doing there. Even Justin, who does the Den of Nerds gaming. If you guys haven't checked them out, you definitely should. Again, these guys are all great guys, man. I'm telling you. Whether it's my brothers on some Black Guys in a Drunk, Josh over at the Den of Nerds, been absolutely great. Another person I owe a huge shout out to as well is Young Rippa 59. Here on YouTube, he's probably one of my favorite content creators here on YouTube. I just like the way the way he holds himself, the way he talks, and just everything about the dude. He's great, and he talks a lot about politics and stuff. And I know politics and religion and stuff like that is for the most part taboo, and he gets ratioed on a lot of things because of his views on politics. And I get that because people don't want to hear other people's politics, but he's a very sane and rational individual. I like the way he talks, but he's also been instrumental in helping me grow here as a content creator. I mean, not only as an influence. And here's the thing: is a lot of people look at these things. Like, I look at people, like people, talk about role models and things like that. Now the thing is like, for me, even when I was a kid, and even as I've grown older, I look at people like role models, and I think to myself, like, you don't have to be older than me, you don't have to be better than me or anything like that for you to be one of my role models. Like, I look up to people for inspiration. That's ultimately what it is inspiration for me. If you go look at sports, a lot of people in the sports world just inspire me. You know what I mean? I'm like, I watch what they do. I'm like, holy shit, man! Like, this is like, these people are great. Like, even, yeah, I even look at a Lance Armstrong. Yeah, 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 yeah. The doper, the guy who won 7 Tours de France. Yeah, who they tried to say didn't. He did. Okay, face it. It's all good. But for inspiration, and young Ripper 5'9", man, he's easily a decade younger than me, but he's absolutely great, and I love the way that he presents himself, the way he talks. He understands. You could tell that he's just a solid dude, and he has definitely been instrumental in helping me grow my channel here as well. Not only for he kind of inspires me in some of my content, and that, but like, he's sent viewers my way. Like, I could say, like, I think the Senate here, I think he probably found me through Young Ripa 5'9". I know I've seen even like Checkpoint, who's been here. I know he found me through those means as well. And again, he's one of my absolute favorite content creators. I was lucky enough to bring him onto the show a couple of weeks ago, and hopefully hopefully I can bring him onto the channel and do another collaboration with him very soon, and just talk about more things. Like when we talked, we didn't even really get a chance to talk a whole lot about comic books, as the conversation just evolved into just a beast of its own. And we didn't even talk about music. You know what I mean? And these are things like, he's a musician. I've been in bands and stuff like that, and I can tell that we both love music, and that's something that we both enjoy, and would probably have some very long conversations about. And so there's those list of content creators, who I'm absolutely thankful for, in helping me grow my channel. Another person out there is Rod the Rican. He does. He has a channel here called Just a Rican and his comics. Dude. If you guys, and I owe a huge shout out to a lot of the people in the comic book community, because there's a lot of great comic book YouTubers out there who have been instrumental in helping me grow as well. And one of those people is Rod over at Just a Rican and his comics. He is an absolutely great guy. Go check out his channel. He loves comics, man. He loves comics. And you know what else he does? You know what else he loves? He loves promoting other channels, other small channels out there, and he brings people onto his shows. I believe it's on Sundays. He does, and does these live streams for about an hour where he brings guests on, and he just talk about comic books. And he's just a great guy, great guy, man. And I haven't brought him onto my show yet, and I actually owe him one. I probably owe him two or three, just for what he's helped me do. And he's just an absolutely great guy, solid dude, man. You could tell the dude loves his comic books, man, and that's great. That's great, and I love watching the show. He's just, I don't know, just a really laid back guy, man. He's just absolutely awesome. And then Perry Comics as well. Perry Comics has been absolutely great. He goes out there and he does these lurking videos where he's really just promoting comic book YouTubers out there. That's what he does. But he's also just like a great guy. You can tell his personality. You watch his video and you're like, dude, I want to hang out with this guy. This dude is he's just fucking legit, man. Like, all of these people that I've mentioned here so far, they're all fucking legit people, and that's all I can say, man. That's really all I can say. They're great people, and like I said, I realize not everybody's for everybody, and some of these people I'm going to mention, hell, you probably don't like, you might not get along with them or anything like that, but I can guarantee you, unless I'm actually just straight talking shit about you, if you hear your name come out of my mouth, it's probably because I like and respect you. You know what I'm saying? And if I don't, and your name's coming out of my mouth, you'll know you'll know that I don't like and respect you, and it'll be obvious in the conversation I'm talking about. But all these people have been absolutely great, and some other people that I want to give thanks to as well. I mean, just because of their content, I wouldn't say they've helped me grow, other than the fact that they're here on my channel. They help support me and watch the videos and interact in in any way, shape, or fashion. And that is a couple others, a couple that I want to talk about right here, and that's Comics on the Pyre and Aggressively Relaxing. Um, and the reason I shout out these two channels is because they talk a lot about comic books, but the way in which they review and talk about comic books, they have a very unique take on it. Aggressively Relaxing does these great videos, like he done that like these spam caller videos where like there's he's like talking to people on the phone, you know, like when the people from telemarketers call you, and he's talking to them about comic books, and one of them actually cursed him out and hung up on him. This absolutely funny, hilarious stuff. Hilarious stuff. And then Comics on the Pyre, he does these videos doing these reviews and overviews of comic books, talking about them in a very unique way. Does like a lot of these slideshows, puts great graphics to them and everything, and they do. I think for me, what it is the way they influence me is like I watch the reviews and I'm like, man, I wish I could do content like this. They're so imaginative with it. Where me, like me on the like I talk about a comic book. I'm like, hey guys, here's a comic book. Check it out. You should go read it. Here's kind of what it's about. Here's the writers and stuff. You'll like it. You know what I mean? Like Aggressively Relaxing does those parodies, those especially like the FM parodies where it sounds like you're scrolling through, like scrolling through. You're turning the dial on your FM radio, and it tunes into a station. And all of a sudden, you hear like a little news flash about something that's going on in the Marvel universe. Great stuff, just great stuff. And Comics on the Pyre, he does his stuff where like he's giving an overview, like he tells this really great gives this like really great narration while showing you some of the art in the book and things like that, and then he goes in and tells you about his channel, and then he talks about the comic book and what he thinks about it, and whether he thinks you should read it or not, or if you're into this, why you should read it. Great channel, man. And I'm telling you, and both of those channels they don't get the due credit they deserve, man. um they've been highly influential in some of the things that I do, Aggressively Relaxing, and even and Comics on the Pyre. If you guys like comic books, I'd suggest you go check out those channels. Just to Rican and his comics, Perry Comics, Aggressively Relaxing, and even Comics on the Pyre. But there's plenty of others I could easily say you need to go check out. Like I said, you could even go check out like Edwin the Comic Jabroni. You could go check out, I think it's Thinking Critical. Great stuff. I think there's another one, United Comics University. No, United Comics Unlimited. I think I can't remember, but another great channel as well. Just a lot of great. I mean, in the comic book community, there's great people out there. Even Discovery Bay Comics, you should go check out their channel. He does this thing where he does a thing too. He promotes other comic book YouTubers. That's what he does. That's like the bulk of his content is promoting other people, and that's fucking great. But there's people out there that are doing that. It's not even about them. You know what I mean? Like it's not even about them. It's about other people, and they've been really great. Great people to meet and come across. Another person that definitely want to give thanks to is man, you guys know Snowdub Music and Entertainment, and Kermit the Log. Um, I'm not sure if you guys know who they are, but I had Kermit the Log here on the show. Was it 2 weekends ago? Freaking great guys, man. They just like to have fun. They, the hashtag Cotton Connection, man. Like I said, they do the Ribbit and Bigot show, and they just like to have fun, man. You go watch their videos and their channels, you can tell most of the content they do, it's not serious. It's meant to be fun and have fun. And I think sometimes enough people out there just don't want to have fun. You know what I mean? They just don't want to have fun. They're a bunch of sourpusses and things like that. And Snowdub and Kermit have been great. They were gracious enough to bring me on their show, the Ribbit and Bigot show, one time, and I'm telling you, it was great. Just because them dudes are funny, they make me wanna laugh and have fun. You know what I mean? And again, just great people. Now another person I want to bring up here is Mad Max. Yeah, Mad Max. Mad Max is a great guy, and I know he's the one thing I will say, and this is what I'm gonna be getting into here in a little bit. He's gonna be my segue, if you will, into what I want to talk about next. But Mad Max is a great creator, and I guess you could say he's gone out there and done pretty much the same thing and grown his no, I mean, I don't know, I haven't been there through the whole history of his channel or anything, but he talks a lot of trash about like about the fandom menace. That's what he does. He throws a lot of shade at the fandom menace and Jeremy at Geeks and Gamers, and hell, even lately he's talking shit about Josh and the Den of Nerds and the Gray Order and all those kinds of things. But you know, again, that's just kind of his shtick. You know, he's Mad Max. You know, he's got his mask on and he talks a lot of trash and he's mad. But the thing is like, I know there's people out there going to be saying, "Oh, you're talking about this. You're being hypocritical about this and that." But the thing is he knows he's not perfect. You know, he knows he's not perfect. He knows he's willing to face those kinds of things. He knows it. He's willing to grow. He's willing to have conversations and all of those kinds of things. And again, he's not for everybody. I'll tell you, he's not for everybody. Just the same thing as like, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers ain't for everybody. Drunk 3PO is not for everybody. Abu Nas isn't for everybody. LB from the Lonely Banter isn't for everybody. But these are content creators that I have liked and enjoyed making contact with and interacting with, just for who they are, man. I can tell that each one of these people are great people. For the most part, I wouldn't even be associating them with any of them if I didn't think they were good people. And again, I get that not everybody's gonna like Mad Max either, but I like what he does. I like what he talks about. I like what he has to say, even when he's talking stuff about, talking trash about, things that I disagree with and stuff like that. Like, in his latest video, he threw a lot of shade at Josh at the Den of Nerds and even the Gray Order and stuff like that. And hey, I totally get where he's coming from. You know what I mean? I understand it. I get it. And it's not upsetting to me. I don't care. You guys know that I am, I do associate with the Gray Order. I would say I am part of it, although I'm not like the hugest Star Wars fan out there. But I think the tenets in which Josh over the Den of Nerds has put in place for what the Gray Order is kind of something I've been living up to the whole time anyway. And if you're here on my channel, you can say that I've been persuading you to the ways of the Gray Order the whole time. That's largely what I talk about on the Trailer Park Live a lot of times, is exactly that, is the fandoms, us as fans, and coming together and realizing that, guys, just because you don't like it doesn't mean I can't like it, doesn't mean that, everybody has their different views on these things. And that's what I talk about, is it's not about all these things. They're not like, it's okay for us to be fans and fans of what we want to be fans of and to talk about it. But when we're constantly at each other's throats, being assholes to one another, that's not what it's about. We need to, and a lot of people don't want to let that go. Don't, if you're part of the fandom menace, if you're a Raylo shipper, chances are, I doubt there's any Raylo shippers that are part of the fandom menace. But the thing is a lot of these people don't want to hear each other out. Like, oh, you're part of the Phantom Menace. Yeah, you're just an asshole. You're just a racist. You're just a bigot, and all this, all that trash out there that people say. And but the same thing, for even Phantom Menacers to like a regular shipper would probably be like, oh, you guys are full of it. You like, what the hell? What's wrong with you guys? Just all of those kinds of things. And nobody can just seem to get along and just talk about what they love. Like I said, I've talked a lot about that here, is like let's stop, let's just can we just stop with all the negativity, you know what I mean? And people, you say whatever you want. People are like, oh, we're not being negative, we're just being critical. No, there's people out there just straight up being fucking negative. Okay, there is. You can deny it all you want, bury your fucking head in the sand, I don't care. That's you, that's not me. Okay. But there are, plain and simply, there are, and a lot of it really just comes with your approach. And that's what I talk largely about when I talk about those things, is it's your approach. It's not the fact that you're an asshole, it's your approach to the whole thing. You know what I mean? It's your approach. And that is what, mainly what I would have to say about Mad Max is it's his approach to it. Because he was, in his latest video, he was talking about about the Gray Order and the Josh at the Den of Nerds and this and that. Like, oh, they don't want to interact with me, so I'm gonna, we're going along with the Fan Alliance Guild and stuff like that. And that's cool. I'm down with Max. I'll happily be part of his Fan Alliance Guild. Fan Alliance Guild. Fan Alliance Guild. Never mind, guys. But yeah, I'm cool with that. Now the thing is like when it comes down to it, he was talking a lot of trash about like Josh and the Den of Nerds, like not reaching out to him, like it's just, he's just trying to sell merch and all that shit. Well, you know what, buddy, Max, a lot of people are selling merch on or on here on YouTube and stuff like that. It's no big deal. Just because you're not doing it doesn't mean that nobody else can. It's really not a talking point to talk shit about somebody because they're selling merch. It's not a talking point, okay? It's really irrelevant. People like to represent what they like. Look at this, Megadeth. Ooh, I'm wearing a Megadeth shirt. Oh my god, I can't believe Megadeth went out there and made a fucking shirt for me to buy. Can you believe that? Can you believe they're selling merchandise for me to represent them? Ugh, They didn't pay me for this. I paid for this. Oh, we should all go and hate Megadeth for printing this shirt up because that just don't make sense. And also because you know what? I've written them letters. Yeah, I've written fan letters to Megadeth. Totally lying. I've written fan letters to Megadeth, and they don't respond to me. They don't respond to me. No, they don't. Recently, here's largely what I want to get into is exactly that. You know, in Mad Max's latest video, he's throwing a lot of shade at the Den of Nerds and the Grey Order and all that stuff. He constantly throws shade at the Fandom Menace and all those kinds of things, and that's fine. The thing is I would say, like, and this is something I talk a lot about here on my channel. I've talked about it so many times. Maybe I need to share those videos with Max. Is you know, if you're being an asshole, people don't want to associate with you. If you're constantly like, I remember one day he was on Twitter like fucking tweeting at the Den of Nerds about, you know, the Grey Order and all this shit. You know, like dude, like Josh is trying to build a brand. He's not just like most of us YouTubers out there, you know, building his own brand, his own little channel and stuff like that. He's like actually trying to build a multimedia branding. He's not just being, you know, some dickhead with a camera and a fucking internet connection like me or you or anybody else out there is. Like, he's trying to grow a brand. He knows people, like, you know, somewhat knows people in the industry, like insiders, gets information, shit like that. He's trying to build a brand, not like the Great Order isn't his sole focus, and you're not his sole focus. That's not, you know, he's trying to build a brand. But not only that, when you're constantly on somebody and you're just constantly on begging for attention, you need the attention. People are gonna be like, dude, I don't want to associate with. I mean, we already know you're mad, Max. We already know you're a madman. We already know that, but people don't want to associate with that. You know, that's what it is. People don't want to associate with that. You know what I mean? People distance themselves from that. People are like, this guy's fucking nuts. He's batty. Which, you know, we all know if you followed Mad Max before, ever seen any videos, you already know he's that. And that's okay. Because, like I said, I like Mad Max. He's a great guy. You know, he's a cool guy. I had him on the show here 3 weeks ago. He was really, like, my first guest on the Trailer Park Live. But the thing is if you're going out and doing that, nobody wants to associate with you. Even all the shade you throw at the Phantom Menace, they don't want to associate with you neither. They just go and show you the attention that you're wanting. Um, and that's the thing, and I've talked a lot about that here on my channel before, guys, is that's not how you get through to people. Not by being an asshole, not by throwing a bunch of fucking shade at everybody. That's not what you do. And I'm not talking just about Max here at this point. Like, you know, because like I said, I'm cool with Max. I like Max. I like his channel. I like what he talks about. I just wish he would focus more on his content and not focus on fucking geeks and gamers, the Fandom Menace, or even, you know, Josh and the Den of Nerds and the Grey Order. Make some content. Make some good fucking content. Talk about some movies. Talk about some comic books. Talk about your fandom. Talk about your fandom, not somebody else's. Right? Talk about your fandom, not somebody else's. Unless you're wanting to talk about if you're wanting to talk about other people's fandoms, talk about other people's fandoms, not just talk shit about them. That's the difference here. And that's what I've talked about a lot on my channel is you don't get through to people that way. Sure, you get clicks, you get views, just like, you know, because Mad Max talks about, you know, what the Phantom Menace does. He does the same thing. You're doing the exact same thing. You're being an asshole for clicks and throwing shade at people for fucking clicks. You don't have to do it. You don't have to. And he's not the only one. He's not the only one. So that's why I'm just using him as the example. But he's not the only example. There's plenty of them out there. He's just the one I care about because I like him. I like his content. But the thing is nobody wants to align with you. Nobody wants to talk. Nobody wants to associate with you if that's all you're doing. Because then the next thing you know, in your frail little world, you're taking aim at them. You know what I mean? And nobody wants that. And trust me, I know from fucking experience. Because I've done that, and there's a time and a place for that. But right here, while you're trying to grow your fandom or what you're trying to say, and what you're trying to do, nobody wants to associate with that because everybody's like, well, you know, we're cool right now, but how do I know that, you know, in about a month from now, I don't say something that's going to upset you, and next thing you know, you're taking aim at me. That's why people do that. That's why people are like that. And it's not only Max. Like I said, plenty of people do this, act like this, talk like this, and plenty of people wonder, like, oh, hey, why does nobody want to associate with me? Why does nobody want to do that? And I can guarantee you, like, I have people that I want to bring on the channel and associate with that probably don't want to. You know why? Probably because they see me and they like, this guy's a fucking nutcase. But I mean, that's it. You don't. It's all in your approach. It's all in your approach and how you do things. And I've talked about that multiple times here. Being negative all the time, it's not, I mean, it's going to get you those negative clicks and those people who they want to be part of that and see that. Yeah, yeah. But largely you're still limiting yourself. You're doing the exact same thing that Elizabeth Banks done with her Charlie's Angels movies. You're saying like, "Oh, this isn't for men. It's about women." And then basically, you threw out half of your audience right there and saying that that's what it's about. You're marginalizing somebody else, saying, "We don't want you here. We only want you here if you think like this." That's not how it works. That's not how you grow your platform. You're limiting yourself. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? And and I get it. You want to grow your platform in such a way, and you want to do this. You want to bring maybe your goal is to bring fandoms back together and stuff like that, but you don't do that by throwing shade at people, by talking shit about people. You do it by getting the people that you want to talk about, and maybe you want to throw shade at them. You bring them in. You bring them in close, and you comfort them, and you be their friend. You chum up together, and you create an alliance. I mean, it's in the name, alliance, right? Um, you want to get people that want to be on your side, and you want to get people who are not on your side. You want to get those people, but as long as you're always out there talking about the other people, pushing them away, they're not going to join. And that's what you want, is you want them to join. You got to bring people in, not push people away. And this is exactly what I've said about this whole little fan war thing going on with Star Wars and all that stuff. If you're a new fan, if you're just getting into Star Wars, and you get on YouTube, you get on Facebook or even Twitter, and say you start looking up some of this Star Wars shit, and you look and you see all the people and how they're acting, you're like, any new person would be like, the fuck, I don't want to be. No, I don't even want to like Star Wars because these people act like a bunch of fucking children, right? You got to think about how it looks like to the people on the outside. How does it look to people on the outside? And I got to tell you, whether it's Max, whether it's the Phantom Menace or anybody else, I can guarantee you, every single one of these people look at this. They'll look at your channel. They'll look at your page. They'll look at your Twitter. Look what you're talking about and be like, I don't want anything to do with this. I just want to like some movies, and I want to talk with some people who like these movies. And most of the people out there creating content on Star Wars and shit like that, you wouldn't ever get the fucking impression that they like Star Wars, because a lot of them, all they're doing is talking shit. And that's all they do. And they're pushing people away. That's not what you do. You pull people in. You talk about what you love. You share it with other people. And when there's somebody that don't share your opinion, you bring them in. You have a conversation with them. You don't say, "Oh, you don't like what I like? You're fucking stupid. Get out of here, you fucking idiot. You're an incel." That's not what you do. You want to bring them in. You want to be friendly. You want to get people. You want to attract people. You don't want to deter people. I've talked about this so many times. How do people not understand this? It drives me insane. And that's ultimately it. And if people are ignoring you, it's because they don't want to associate with you, because they're like I don't know when you're going to turn on me and stab me in the back. I just don't know. And that's why people don't want to. That's why people, and largely that's what we see people out there doing. That's what we see a lot of YouTubers doing and stuff like that. And that's why I even follow a lot of YouTubers who do that and speak in those ways, because I want to make contact with them. Like, ultimately, before the Gray Order was even around, that's exactly what the fuck I was doing on this channel. That's what I've been talking about on this channel for fucking a long time. That's why when Josh proposed the Gray Order, that's why, like, dude, I'm totally on board. That's what I do. That's exactly what I do. Is I'm trying to bring people in together to have conversations with one another. I'm not trying to push anybody away. I'm not trying to say that your opinion sucks, that your opinion's stupid, that you're stupid for having your opinion or anything like that. I want to hear your opinion. I want to, and when we have something we disagree about, I want to talk about it. I want to find out, why is it that we feel differently about this stuff. And I talked about, like, the other day, and somebody actually even came on my live stream later, and commented on it. That, because I was talking about Star Wars, and, like, I love Star Wars. I've always loved Star Wars. But even when I was a little kid, because everybody has this hang up about, what they did to Luke Skywalker in the Last Jedi. Ugh, what they did to his character. Ugh, ugh, ugh. The thing is, like, for me, even when I was a little kid, like, I like Luke Skywalker, but even when I was a little kid, I watched him, I'm like, Luke Skywalker kind of a little bitch. Like he acts like whiny and shit. You know, just how I even still feel that way when I'm watching the movies. I'm like, he's kind of a whiny little bitch. I still like him. He's still one of the great characters in the movie. He's a great character, nothing wrong with that. But you know, when I watch the movie, I'm like, he's kind of a whiny little bitch. You know what I mean? I'm just calling it what it is and how I feel about it. I've always felt that way. But again, I like the Luke character. I think he's a great character in the confines of the movie and everything. Yeah, great. But that's how I feel. My favorite character throughout Star Wars has always been R2D2. I've always loved R. Oh, I don't have my mouse ears here. I've always loved R2D2. When I was a kid, I had this big toy box. It was, I mean, I'm telling you, it was huge, and it was pretty. You know, I mean, it was pretty tall, and it had like this little, like the little his little dome top. It came off, and that's where you could put your stuffed animals and your toys and shit in there. I used to empty all my shit out, and I'd hop in it, and I would sit there, and I'd put the lid on, and I'd sit there and do the little pimp whistle that R2D2 has. I'd be like. You know, just you know what I'm talking about. I do the R2D2 thing, and and that's what it was. He was always my favorite character, and he's not even a character, but he is a character. God damn it, he is a character, and you know R2D2 was always my favorite. But like I said, I always kind of thought that Luke was a little bit whiny. But I don't have any problems with people that think like that he's the best and all that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna talk trash about you. I don't care. That's cool, you know. But largely that's how I feel, and again. I'm not going to disparage anybody or talk trash because somebody likes him or don't like him or anything like that. Again, like I said, guys, that's not how you do it. And you know, like I said, when you wonder why people don't want to associate with you, when you wonder why they don't want to talk to you about some of these things, it's because of the way you're being. It's your approach. It's your approach in the way you approach things. You know, and that's why I said that's why when Josh came up with the at the Den of Nerds came up with the Gray Order and everything. That's why I'm on board. I'm like, dude, that's what I've been doing. All you're doing is you're starting a fan movement of people who do exactly what I've been doing this whole time, and that's talking about stuff that we love and wanting to discuss and why other people's love different things that they love and things like that. You're actually wanting to discuss what you love, not what you hate, not what you don't like, not what you dislike, any of that shit. That's irrelevant. I mean, it's irrelevant until it comes to the point where we're having that conversation with somebody. You know what I mean? And it's pointless to have a conversation with yourself about something that you hate. You know what I mean? If you have something you don't like, it's going to get you nowhere. You're just beating a dead horse if you're talking about something that you hate with yourself or with somebody else that hates it. You're just beating a dead horse. It's a pointless conversation to have. It's pointless. It's pointless. You need to have that conversation with somebody like you hate something. You need to have a conversation with somebody who loves the something that you hate. That's the conversation we're having. Not this whole I hate this, you hate this. Let's have a conversation and hey, we got a whole conversation about something that we don't like, which is an easy conversation to have. Anybody can have that conversation. You know what I mean? Anybody can have that conversation. You know, you can have that conversation with yourself. You know, it's a pointless conversation to have, but having that conversation of I like this, you like this, and you know we have a difference of opinion. That is the conversation to have, so you can learn and explore and understand what each person likes and dislikes about these different things. That's the conversation to have, guys. It's not about what we love. I mean, hell, I mean, and that's part of the problems with some of these things. And that's, you know, not, I won't even go the route to say that it's the whole echo chamber thing, because it's not only that, you know, like largely, you know, a lot of these people who get together and have these conversations, and it is like they're in an echo chamber. I mean, that's it. All they're doing is they're a lot of times like they're expressing how they feel about stuff, but largely they're having a pointless conversation. They're having a pointless conversation. You've probably had the conversation a million times on your channel if that's what you're talking about, stuff that you hate. You've probably had that conversation. Like every one of your videos is probably that. You know what I mean? And that goes for a lot of people when they're talking about these kinds of things. Like you got countless videos talking about this, and it's like, when is it enough? You know, you got all your hate Captain Marvel and Brie Larson videos. Okay, like great. Cool. You hate Captain Marvel, you hate Brie Larson. You did fucking 30 videos on it. What's the point now? Why are you still talking about it? Why are you still talking about it? Why? Wouldn't you rather bring somebody on? You hate Brie Larson and Captain Marvel. It's better to bring somebody on who loves Brie Larson and Captain Marvel and bring them onto your channel and have a conversation. Be like, so what is it that makes you like it? What do you like about it? And you know, I just, you know, like I don't like it. Here's why I don't like it. Please tell me why you like it, and then let's have a conversation about that. That's how you have the meaningful conversations. Not like, I dislike this, you dislike this, let's talk about it. I don't want to watch that shit. I don't fucking care about it. I don't. I don't. You know, we all know why. We all know why you don't like The Last Jedi. We all know why you don't like Brie Larson. We all know why you don't like Captain Marvel. Yeah, fucking hooray. You know, pat yourself on the back. You did 100 videos on it. It doesn't matter. The conversation to have is with the person that doesn't like it. That's the conversation. That's how the fandoms, how all these fandoms continue. That's how all of these things get better, is by us having these conversations with other fans and what they do and what they don't like. It's not about like, I don't like this, you don't like this, we're all together in the same boat. Ha ha, yeah. No, man. No, the two of you get together, instead of getting somebody hopping in the boat with you and going downstream, and just paddling. You ain't even got to do that. You just hop in. You're like, huh, well, shit. You can throw the oars overboard. It's so easy. The thing you need to do is you need to get in, hop in the boat yourself and somebody else who don't like what you like, and you don't like what they like, and you both hop in the boat, you grab them fucking oars, and you go upstream. You fight against the fucking tide. It's coming at you this way. You fucking salmon that shit. You go against the tide. That's what you do. That's the meaningful conversations to have. That's the meaningful conversation to have. Why would you want to talk, get caught in, like, it's not even that echo chamber, just that's the same thing. It's pointless. We've seen 100 of those videos. We've seen 1,000 of those videos. That's why I align with the Grey Order, is because we're, basically, you could say anybody in the Grey Order, we're fucking tired of it. Fucking tired of that shit. We're ready to have conversations, and I always have been, with people who don't feel the same as we do, and having good conversations with fans of this stuff, having those conversations so we can grow, so we can learn from each other, so we can see what you like about it, what I like about it, and whether you agree or disagree is pointless, but having that kind of insight to what somebody else likes about it, and maybe having that understanding, like, okay, cool, that's what you like. Because I can guarantee a lot of people are like, oh, Reylo shippers, like, oh, all they just want Rey and Kylo Ren to ship, and get together and all this. Like, no, they're fans of Star Wars too. That they like it too. Have that discussion. Have a discussion about what you guys have differing opinions on, and then get into the conversation of, well, here's what I like, here's what we like, and have that conversation. That's what it's about. It's about getting along with each other, about having conversations with each other, not all this fucking divisiveness bullshit. Who fucking cares about that? And as a matter of fact, I don't watch most of those channels who do all that shit. It's fucking pointless. Man, I feel like this is the Trailer Park Live right now. But those are the conversations we need to be having. Not all this whole, like, oh, I hate this, and make fucking 20 videos on the bullshit. Who cares? And that's ultimately what it comes down to, is who fucking cares what you hate? Who fucking, I guess that could either go for, who fucking cares what you like? But the thing is are you willing to have conversations with those who have differing opinions and act like a decent fucking human being? Like I said, you got to look at this thing from an outsider's perspective. What do people who want to get into Star Wars, what do they see when they come to YouTube and to Twitter and to Facebook? Is they see a bunch of fans acting like a bunch of little fucking kids. And I'm telling you, if I was one of the new fans, I'd look at that shit and I'd be like, I don't want, no, I don't care about Star Wars that much. Like, I thought this movie was great, but no, I don't want to do that. You're pushing people away. You got to bring people in. You bring people in by getting along with other people, by having conversations with other people, not just throwing shade and talking shit about people. That's just how you get attention. That's just you seeking attention. Like, I don't have merchandise to sell. I don't have anything really important to say. I'm just going to talk shit about people and get attention. That's all I want, is attention. That's not what it's about, man. It's not what it's about. And, like I said, I used Max as the example, but I could easily go out there and pull other channels out there into this conversation and be like, okay, there's this channel, there's this. I could easily go out there and do that. But Max is the one I care about, because I like Max. I think he's a cool guy. And I don't expect you guys to like Max. I don't. I know there's people probably hearing this conversation right here that don't like him. And that's okay. I have no problem with that. Hell, there's like I said, he made his latest video throwing shade at Josh, the Dan and Nerds, and the Grey Orders. I'm like, I watched the video, I'm laughing, I'm like, like you're funny, Max, you're great. Don't stop doing what you're doing, but at the same time, be willing to open, and I think he is. I think he is willing and open to have those conversations with people that even people he don't agree with. He's willing to have those conversations. The thing is you don't want to have a conversation with somebody who's just going to come and be an asshole. You know what I mean? So that's why you probably won't see Mad Max teaming up with and doing a collaboration video with Odin's Movie Blog or John Talks or Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, because, you know, it's the approach. It's the approach in which they do it. You know what I mean? That's the thing. That's the thing. It's all in your approach. And that's what, like I said, guys, we're here to try to bring people into things, to have conversations, not push them away. And just talking trash just pushes everybody away. Nobody wants to see that, man. I'm okay. I'm lying. People do want to see that. Hell, even I want to see that at times. But that's not how you're gonna. That's to me. That's not the proper way to do it. You know, you want to do it and have a sensical approach to it. You want to, like I said, bring people in, not push people away. And you know, again, that's just how I feel about it. I don't know. I don't know. But you know, I'm thankful to all of these people that I've been talking about this whole show. You know, I'm thankful for LB at the Lonely Banter. I'm thankful for Drunk 3PO and the whole cast of the Dark Council on Some Black Guys and a Drunk. I'm thankful for all these people. I'm thankful for Rod the Rican in the comic book community, who's out there building other channels. You know, he's helping prop people up and build them up. Perry Comics, Comic Jabroni, all these people who are out there doing this great work. Great work. People like Mad Max, even, who are, you know, he's doing his best, and that's what I'm saying. He's doing his best, and he's trying to improve. He's trying to bring people in. He wants to have those conversations. And again, people are polarized, and they don't want to have those conversations. But I'm thankful for all of these people. They're all great people, you know, and I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. But you know who else I'm thankful for? I'm thankful for each and every single one of these people that is scrolling right here across the bottom of your screen right there. You see these people? All these people are freaking great. All these people are Patreon supporters of mine here at the channel. They donate money here to the channel for the content. I mean, not even just for the content, because maybe they like me and they like the content I'm doing. Maybe they like what I'm talking about, any of those kinds of things. Again, thank you to all of these people who have been supporters here at the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Hope here soon. A lot of these, a lot of the monies that they are donating here to the channel are going to be put to use. And you know, I decided, you know, I want to start using that. Man, I want to build my Patreon more, you know. Just not just because I'm out for the money. Like mostly the money, that doesn't really benefit me in the way that I'm going out and going on vacations or anything like that, man. I've only got a handful of supporters, as you can see here, but I'm using the money. I want to use it to get small upgrades, things that I just can't afford on my own. You know, I'm a small business owner. I got a few kids of my own. I got my wife. You know, we got, you know, all the things that we have. You know, that you have. You know, we got bills and all that kind of stuff. And you know, your dollar helps me upgrade things on the channel. Like, you know, one of the things I got the money for, I just haven't ordered it yet, is a new green screen, because I've got this one. It's only about the span of my arms. That's it. I want a bigger one so I could do more, because I've got some other, you know, just so I could do some of the other kind of creative videos that I want to do. And these awesome people are helping do that. I also need to upgrade some equipment as well. And, you know, that's down the line. You know, like I said, you know, dollar by dollar, it'll eventually get there with the support of these awesome people and the support of people like you. But again, you don't have to be a Patreon supporter. You being here, watching my videos, liking them, disliking them, sharing them with your friends, coming in here, talking about, you know, leaving comments and all that kind of stuff, watching videos to the full, you know, the full length of the videos, all of these things help my channel grow as well. And that if anything is probably more beneficial than just the money. The money is great, it helps. I'm not all about the money here. I'm appreciative of that, you know. And I honestly don't want to show how appreciative I am of that, because I will, believe me. I might be an asshole here on YouTube, but I'm a big softy, and I'll probably break down into tears if I really gave all my thanks and gratitude. I would. I'm a big softy. I'm telling you, I am. Would I lie? Why would I lie about myself? I cry watching Undercover Boss. I do. It's just so touching. But No, really, but really, the other thing, like you guys that show up here and help, like I said, you guys help build the channel just by being here, sharing the videos, telling your friends about them, telling other people in the community about them, and it helps because I'm not yet at 1,000 subscribers. I'm not monetized. Part of the reason for my Patreon here, part of the reason I started that is because I'm not monetized, and I figured that even when I get monetized, I get 1,000 subscribers. I don't have the kind of traffic, the kind of traffic on this channel to put ads in front of videos, or in the middle of videos or at the end of videos. I don't get that kind of traffic, but that's why I started the Patreon. Is so like people can donate $1 here and there. I can get a few bucks that will probably ultimately give me more money than what the traffic I'm getting on my channel is when I get monetized and put ads in videos. So the Patreon supporters are basically in a way helping avoid me putting ads in videos once I actually do get to 1,000 subscribers and get my watch time and get monetized and all of that. And part of the thing that's going to help me get there is one of the things I need, man. I'm telling you guys have been awesome here watching the videos. One of the other things I absolutely need is, like I said, share it with friends. Share my channel with friends. Share the channel with friends, and you know what, go in, share the playlist with some friends. Tell them to go in and, hey, watch, put on the put on the playlist of the Trailer Park Live. Just go through and watch them all. Go through and watch all of my comic book reviews. Watch the playlist. Just put them on, and watch them. Keep playing each one. It'll keep playing each one, and that's going to help out with my watch time, because I'm still quite a bit shy. I'll probably hit my 1,000 subscribers by the time I do my watch time, which, to me, if you ask me, that's great. I'm actually happy about that. But I would like my watch time to be increased. And what you can do, there's all kinds of secret tips and tricks to cheat and help me out, which would be putting on that playlist. Turn it down in the background if you get tired of watching. You got something else you want to watch on YouTube. Turn the volume down on that particular one, mute it, and just leave it playing in the background while you watch your actual favorite YouTuber. Because I know I'm not it. I know I'm not your favorite. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I am your favorite. I am your favorite YouTuber. Anyway, but just those kinds of things help out. It's not all just about the money, okay? Like I said, though I do, it helps. It really does. But also it helps keep me motivated. But it also helps because as soon as I figure out exactly how I'm going to be harnessing the power of my Patreon supporters even more, getting their input on things, getting their thoughts on videos. That's what I do for some of my Patreon supporters. I've done a few times is I've released videos there earlier than they have been released on the channel. Matter of fact, there's one review I did that I did a movie review that I did and left up only for supporters, and I made a totally different one for the people on the channel, just on my regular channel that I've got there. So I will be doing different things like that for the Patreon supporters, just exclusive content and things like that. Because I mean, they're awesome and they're gonna help me. They will help with the direction of the channel in some sort of means, and basically in some of the content and what I'm doing. With things like that, because I appreciate what they do. I appreciate the money that they put in, and that's ultimately, if they're willing to donate some dollars to me in the channel, I mean, I owe them at least that. I owe them at least that. So anyway, guys, again, I'm thankful for all of you guys. On this Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving to you all. Again, once again, if you weren't here at the beginning of the show, I'm thankful for each and every single one of you for being here. I'm thankful for all the people that I've been talking about in this video. I'm thankful to my wife, my family, my kids. They are pretty much what motivate and keep me motivated to do all of the things that I do. And just, I mean, thanks. Thank you to all of you. Thank you to everybody out there, man. You've all been great and helpful in sharing. Anytime you share your thoughts or anything like that on any of my videos. Like recently, I did a comic book review not too long ago, and there's somebody who's not even a Patreon supporter, who I don't even know if they're subscribed to the channel, but came on, a viewer left a comment on one of my videos like, hey man, like, could you tell us before you spoil this book, because like I did this comic book review, and I do my best to not spoil reviews like in a comic book or anything, but like this particular one, I did put some spoilers in there. I was like, damn man, like they're right, like I'm gonna be more cognizant of that going forward, because like the thing they were talking about, I did spoil something. I'm like, damn, and I felt bad for it, but not so bad that I took the video down and anything like that. But I was like, man, they're right. I did spoil that, and I want to be more cognizant of that. So, just stuff like that. I'm thankful to anybody who gets here and interacts with me, or anything like that here on the channel. You guys are fan freaking tabulous. Thank you all so much for doing it and being here. Again, guys, it's Thanksgiving. Thank you all so much for being here. Get out, go out and have some Thanksgiving dinner with your family. Watch some movies. Make sure you watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles today. It's a classic, and it's pretty much it's the Thanksgiving movie. Out there, there is no better. I mean, it's kind of like there's Planes, Trains, and Automobiles for Thanksgiving, and then there's National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation for Christmas. That's it. That's your staples right there. Bam, bam, at the top of the list. Everything else comes after that. Naturally, Die Hard comes after National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get here into the chats now. I've largely ignored you guys. I've obviously had some stuff to talk about this morning. And I want to say what's up to everybody. I see we got Maverick Pilgrim here. Thank you so much for being here. LB from the Lonely Banter. Again, I was talking about him earlier. The Senate, thank you for being here. Eric Rigsby, a newer subscriber, man. Thanks for being here, man. Wookie Supremacy, great dude. Kobe Reviews Movies, Pert Minded, Stu Jersey X, Lou, what is up, Lou? Aggressively Relaxing. I know I seen Tara Zahn in here earlier. One of my great supporters. I've seen Russell Wells Benjamin in here earlier. Sith Lord is here. Let's see who else we got. Who else we got here in the chat? I'm sure we got more. There's probably more of you out there who are just here watching and eavesdropping and not leaving a like or not leaving a dislike or not interacting in the chats. And that's cool, man. That's cool. It's not a requirement. It's not a requirement. Let's see, who else did we have here? I said aggressively relaxing. Seen Rod the Rican in here earlier. Another great guys giving shouts out to, man. Just great people. Will Gentry, thank you so much for being here. Let's see. Who else? Did I miss anybody? Because I don't want to miss anybody. Discovery Bay was here. Yeah, Discovery Bay Comics. Just great creators. Zulu Entertainment, Trek 95. Thank you all so much for being here. Marty McFly Sr., another one of my great Patreon supporters. Two Gun Pedro, thank you for being here, and happy Thanksgiving to all of you guys. And if you're not in the States and you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, hey man, just I hope you're having a good day and good day to you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much for being here, watching my videos and all that kind of stuff. And again, I'm going to go through here a little later on and check out your guys' comments. I'm sorry I've been flapping my gums, as obviously I had something here to say if I'm ignoring the chats and stuff like that, man. Thank you guys so much for being here. I do greatly appreciate you guys being here anytime. I'm not sure why you guys show up to sit here and watch me flap my gums about stuff, man. About stuff. That's ultimately what it is stuff, man. Like I said, I'm getting ready. Tomorrow is my 1-year anniversary here on YouTube. And I know LB made a whole video talking about me and people who do these 1-year celebrations and stuff like that. 800 subscribers, been on YouTube for 1 year. I don't care, LB. I'm doing it anyway. I know you made that whole video talking about me, making fun of me and stuff because I'm just kidding, man. I was laughing though, but when I watched the video, I messaged somebody and says, "Is LB talking about me?" No, but largely I actually feel the same way he does about it. It's silly, but yet I still do it. I still do it, man. You know why? Just because I appreciate you guys, and I have some giveaways. I have some things that I'm going to be giving away during my 1-year live stream. And guys, I'm going to end up pushing that back till Sunday. I completely forgot that, at the time when it happened, I forgot that this week is actually Thanksgiving. And then Friday, we're going to my friend's house. We're doing a Thanksgiving thing with my friends and their family. And then on Saturday, we're going down to my brother-in-law's to do Thanksgiving down there with the larger part of the family. So, I'm sorry guys, the live stream where I'm going to be doing the giveaways of cool shit and stuff like that is going to be on Sunday. So make sure, and I'm going to schedule it. So make sure you guys tune in for that because I'm going to be doing some giveaways. And to get entered into those giveaways, you have to go back was it last Monday? I released a video called Road to 1,000 subscribers, where I told you guys, how to get entered into the giveaways. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, if you're still here watching, the way to get entered into the giveaways is you got to go back to my review that I did for Neon Future Volume 1. I did that a little over a month ago. Neon Future Volume 1, I did a review in there, and what you got to do is you got to tell me from that video and leave a comment in that video or any of the videos that I did on Neon Future, and there's a playlist of them too you can go watch, is what is the password that Kita Sovi uses to get into through the Neon Garden to break into the CTG mainframe known as Kernel to help save all their friends when they go into that? What's the password that he uses? What is the key password that he uses to get in? That's all you got to do. Enter into that. And also, the only other thing you got to do is you got to be a resident of the United States. Just shipping charges and stuff like that. Like, come on, it's bad enough in the United States, let alone trying to do international shipping. But to get entered into that, that's all you got to do is you go back and watch that video, leave the comment, what was the password that Kita Sovi uses to get in through the Neon Garden. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. But I'm going to be doing that video, that 1 year anniversary celebration on Sunday. And guys, I'm gonna have I'm gonna bring on some different guests. I've got one video submitted so far of some people that I got to submit videos for my 1 year anniversary, kind of some roast videos. And if you guys would like to come onto the show, please email me, send me a message on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram if you'd like to come onto the show on Sunday so we can get that all squared away. I'm probably going to end up doing it for like for, I don't know, I might go on 2-3 hours, 4 hours. Just kind of depends on where it goes and how much fun we're having with everybody, because I can guarantee it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Okay. So, guys, that's all I really have for today's chat, man. Again, thank you to all those people that I mentioned in this video today at the beginning. Like I said, thank you so much to people like LB from the Lonely Banter, to Drunk 3PO, and all the panel of the Dark Council on Some Black Guys in a Drunk. Thank you to Young Rippa 59. Thank you to Josh at the Den of Nerds. Thank you to Rod over at Just a Rican and his comics. Thank you to Mad Max. Thank you to Kermit the Log and Snowdub Music and Entertainment. Thank you to all these people who are part of the larger YouTube community that I interact with. All these people are absolutely freaking great people. You should go check out their stuff. I do collaborations with them at times. I mention them a lot and different things like that. You guys should go check them out. Thank you all so much for tuning into the Second Street Marvel today, guys. You all have a very good day. Have a happy Thanksgiving. Go out and enjoy some food with your families. And if you're not in the United States celebrating that, hey, do all the same. Be there with your loved ones. Have a good day. Go out and enjoy it. Because you know why? Because you deserve it, right? You guys have a good one. We'll see you in the next video. Later.